Welcome to my channel Car Culture, where we bring you the latest automotive stories, legendary nameplates, exciting future concepts, and the cars that continue to capture the imagination of enthusiasts around the world. Today, we are taking a fascinating journey into one of the most iconic names in American muscle car history, the Oldsmobile 442, and imagining what a modern 2027 Oldsmobile 442 could look like if this legendary badge returned to the road. Before we begin, it is important to make one thing clear. As of now, a production 2027 Oldsmobile 442 has not been officially announced by General Motors. So, this video explores a realistic modern interpretation of what an Oldsmobile 442 revival could be, based on the heritage of the original car, modern muscle car technology, current automotive design trends, and what enthusiasts might expect from a modern American performance machine. The name 442 carries serious history. For decades, Oldsmobile used the 442 badge to represent performance, attitude, and a more aggressive side of the brand. The original 442 became famous during the golden age of American muscle, when horsepower wars were transforming ordinary family cars into serious street machines. It was never just about straight-line speed. The 442 represented a combination of powerful engines, muscular styling, performance hardware, and an unmistakable personality. Now imagine taking that heritage and bringing it into 2027. The first thing that would have to change is the design, but the designers would need to be extremely careful. A modern 442 could not simply copy an old muscle car and put modern headlights on it. It would need to respect the original identity while looking completely at home in the modern automotive world. Picture the 2027 Oldsmobile 442 approaching from a distance. The body is low, wide, and athletic, with a long hood and a powerful stance. The front end could feature a modern interpretation of Oldsmobile's traditional design language, using a wide grille, sharp LED lighting, and carefully sculpted surfaces. Instead of excessive decoration, the design could focus on clean lines and strong proportions. The hood would be one of the most important parts of the car. A performance-oriented 442 should have a hood that visually communicates power even when the engine is turned off. A central power bulge, functional-looking vents, and aggressive sculpting could give the car an unmistakable muscle car presence. The headlights could combine modern LED technology with a retro-inspired signature. Imagine slim daytime running lights stretching across the front corners, creating a recognizable nighttime appearance. Below them, large air openings could feed cooling air toward the brakes and powertrain. From the side, the 2027 442 could become even more dramatic. A long hood, short rear deck, wide shoulders, and muscular wheel arches would immediately connect the car with classic American performance design. Large wheels could fill the arches without making the vehicle look unnecessarily complicated. A modern 442 should also have a strong shoulder line running from the front fenders toward the rear. This would give the body a sense of movement, even while parked. Black or dark finish trim around the windows could add a more aggressive appearance, while a selection of heritage-inspired colors could connect the modern car to Oldsmobile's past. At the rear, the design could become more modern and aerodynamic. A wide LED taillight signature could stretch across the back, while a subtle integrated spoiler could improve stability at higher speeds. The rear bumper could feature large exhaust outlets on a gasoline-powered version, while a performance electric model could use carefully designed aerodynamic openings and a more sculpted lower section. Of course, the biggest question surrounding a modern 442 would be the powertrain. If Oldsmobile were revived under General Motors, the company would have access to a huge range of modern technologies. A traditional enthusiast-focused 442 could potentially use a high-output gasoline engine, while a future-oriented version could use hybrid or fully electric performance technology. For a hypothetical gasoline-powered 442, a twin-turbocharged V8 would make enormous sense from a character perspective. The V8 is deeply connected to the American muscle car story, and a 442 wearing that badge would need an engine capable of delivering serious performance. A modern twin-turbo V8 could offer strong low-end torque, rapid acceleration, and impressive high-speed performance while using sophisticated engine management and cylinder deactivation technology to improve efficiency during relaxed driving. Imagine pressing the accelerator and hearing the engine respond with a deep, aggressive sound. The car pushes forward, the transmission shifts rapidly, and the rear tires work to transfer all that power to the pavement. That combination of sound, acceleration, and mechanical character is exactly what could make a modern 442 special. But horsepower alone would not be enough in 2027. Modern performance cars have become much more sophisticated. A new 442 would need advanced suspension tuning, high-performance brakes, modern stability systems, and serious aerodynamic development. The goal would be to create a car that is exciting on a straight road, but also confident when the road starts turning. A sophisticated independent suspension system could provide a balance between comfort and performance. Adaptive dampers could allow the driver to switch between relaxed road driving and aggressive performance settings. In a hypothetical performance mode, the steering could become heavier, throttle response sharper, transmission behavior more aggressive, and suspension settings firmer. A track-focused version could go even further with larger brakes, performance tires, improved cooling, and additional aerodynamic components. And then there is the possibility of all-wheel drive. A modern 442 with intelligent all-wheel drive could deliver incredible launches while maintaining rear-biased handling characteristics. That would give the car the ability to combine old-school muscle car attitude with modern traction technology. However, purists might argue that the 442 should remain rear-wheel drive. That debate would probably become one of the most interesting parts of any potential revival. Some enthusiasts would want the simplest possible formula: front engine, rear-wheel drive, powerful V8, manual transmission, and a driver-focused cabin. Others would prefer modern technology, automatic performance transmissions, all-wheel drive, hybrid assistance, and advanced electronic controls. Inside the cabin, a 2027 Oldsmobile 442 should combine modern technology with a clear connection to its heritage. The dashboard could feature a large digital instrument display capable of showing traditional gauges, performance information, navigation, engine data, and track-focused information. A large central infotainment screen could provide wireless smartphone connectivity, navigation, media, vehicle settings, and performance applications. But the interior should not become a technology showroom. A performance car needs physical controls that the driver can operate quickly. Important functions such as drive modes, climate controls, and volume should remain easy to access. A modern 442 should feel like a driver's car rather than a giant touchscreen with four wheels. The seats would need strong side bolstering while remaining comfortable enough for long-distance driving. Premium materials could include leather, suede-like surfaces, metal accents, and contrast stitching. The steering wheel could carry a modern Oldsmobile emblem and include performance controls for drive modes and other important functions. One especially interesting possibility would be a digital instrument mode inspired by classic Oldsmobile gauges. With the push of a button, the driver could transform the modern display into a retro-style layout featuring a large speedometer, tachometer, fuel information, and subtle heritage graphics. Technology would also play a major role in safety. A hypothetical 2027 442 would be expected to offer modern driver assistance systems, including automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, rear cross-traffic alert, and advanced parking assistance. Of course, performance and safety would need to work together. Electronic stability control could be carefully calibrated to allow experienced drivers more freedom in performance modes while still providing a safety net when conditions become unpredictable. Now let's talk about the most important thing for any muscle car: the way it feels. A great 442 should not simply be fast. It should have personality. The throttle response should feel immediate. The steering should communicate what the front tires are doing. The brakes should provide confidence. The suspension should keep the body controlled without destroying everyday comfort. And most importantly, the driver should feel connected to the car. That emotional connection is what made classic muscle cars so memorable. Many modern vehicles can accelerate extremely quickly, but speed alone does not automatically create an unforgettable driving experience. A successful 2027 442 would need a character of its own. Imagine taking it onto an open highway early in the morning. The engine settles into a smooth cruising rhythm. The cabin is quiet. The digital displays are clear, and the car feels composed. Then the road opens up, you switch into a performance setting, and suddenly the personality changes. The throttle becomes sharper. The transmission holds gears longer. The steering gains weight. The exhaust becomes more aggressive. The car feels ready. That ability to combine everyday usability with serious performance could make a modern 442 extremely appealing. There could also be multiple versions. A standard 442 could focus on balanced performance and daily usability. A higher performance 442W30 inspired model could offer more power, larger brakes, sportier suspension, unique wheels, and aggressive aerodynamic upgrades. The W30 name is another part of Oldsmobile performance history that enthusiasts would immediately recognize. A modern interpretation could use the heritage name carefully, creating a special edition designed to honor the original performance philosophy rather than simply using a famous badge for marketing. Weight would also be an important consideration. Modern cars are packed with technology, safety equipment, and comfort features, so keeping weight under control would be a major engineering challenge. Lightweight materials could be used in the hood, body panels, suspension components, and wheels. If a hybrid or electric version were developed, engineers would face an entirely different challenge because battery weight can significantly increase vehicle mass. However, electric motors could provide instant torque and extremely rapid acceleration. A hypothetical electric 442 could deliver breathtaking performance while maintaining a completely different personality from a V8 model. Instead of engine noise and gear changes, the experience would focus on instant torque, precise power delivery, and futuristic technology. But whether gasoline, hybrid, or electric, the most important ingredient would remain the same: identity. Oldsmobile was once one of America's most recognizable automotive brands. Bringing the 442 name back would therefore be about more than creating another fast car. It would be about reconnecting with a piece of American automotive history. The challenge would be making the revival feel authentic without making it outdated. A successful 2027 442 would not need to look exactly like a 1960s or 1970s muscle car. Instead, it could take inspiration from the proportions, attitude, and confidence of those cars and translate them into a modern form. The result could be something that older enthusiasts appreciate because of its heritage and younger enthusiasts appreciate because of its technology and performance. Pricing would obviously depend on whether such a vehicle were ever officially developed, and there is currently no confirmed MSRP for a production 2027 Oldsmobile 442. If General Motors ever revived the name, positioning would likely determine whether it competed against mainstream performance coupes, premium muscle cars, or more expensive high-performance models. A special edition could command a much higher price, particularly if production numbers were limited. And that brings us to the biggest question. Could the Oldsmobile 442 really return? Technically, anything is possible, but there are significant challenges. Oldsmobile has not been an active automotive brand for many years, and reviving an entire brand would require enormous investment, market research, dealer support, manufacturing decisions, and a clear business strategy. That makes an official 2027 442 uncertain. But the idea remains fascinating because the 442 name still carries emotional value among American car enthusiasts. The history is strong, the badge is memorable, and the concept of a modern Oldsmobile performance car is exactly the kind of idea that can make automotive fans dream. Imagine seeing that badge once again on the rear of a brand new American performance machine. Imagine walking around it at a car show and recognizing the influence of the original 442 in its modern shape. Imagine opening the door, sitting behind the wheel, pressing the start button, and hearing a modern performance engine come alive. Or imagine an electric version silently delivering massive acceleration while the dashboard displays a digital tribute to Oldsmobile's performance heritage. Either way, the 442 name has the potential to represent something powerful, the connection between America's automotive past and its future. The 2027 Oldsmobile 442, as we are imagining it today, would need to be more than a nostalgia project. It would need to be a genuinely capable modern performance car with world-class engineering, advanced safety, strong technology, and a personality that separates it from everything else on the road. It would need to prove that heritage can evolve, And perhaps that is the most exciting part of this entire idea. The greatest automotive legends do not survive simply because of their names. They survive because they represent an emotion. The Oldsmobile 442 represented the excitement of American performance, the freedom of the open road, and the idea that an ordinary-looking car could hide something extraordinary underneath the hood. A modern interpretation could carry that same spirit into a new generation. So, if the 2027 Oldsmobile 442 ever becomes more than an idea, enthusiasts will undoubtedly watch every detail closely. The design, engine, performance, technology, price, and most importantly, the feeling behind the wheel would determine whether the legendary badge truly deserves a comeback. For now, the 2027 Oldsmobile 442 remains a fascinating vision of what could be possible if one of America's most recognizable performance names returned to the automotive world. And honestly, if Oldsmobile ever came back, the 442 would be one of the names we'd want to see leading the charge. This is car culture, and if you love classic American muscle, modern performance cars, legendary automotive names, and the future of the car industry, make sure you stay connected with the channel. There are always more incredible cars, more legendary stories, and more future automotive possibilities waiting for us. Thanks for watching Car Culture. Keep loving cars, keep respecting automotive history, and most importantly, keep the passion for the road alive.